Director of Product Sales, and I have Rachel Ray, our admin assistant, helping me today. We are also on a live webinar, so occasionally Rachel will stop and ask us a question from someone out there in the internet world, but we'll be able to move quite along. I am battling a cold, so occasionally I'll stop and stuff more cough drops in, but we should be able to get through the day. So the shop will be open after training. There are restrooms right down the hall if you need it. Please make sure you taste the cookies and check out the rewards before you leave. Are there any questions before we start? Everybody good online? All right, for those of you signed in from home, if you won't know if you can't hear me. If you can't hear me, ask the question. But I guess when we start flipping slides, if they can't hear, somebody will type in. But if you are listening from home and you have a question, please use the chat box. But we'll go ahead and get started. Okay. So the Girl Scout Cookie Program is the largest girl-led entrepreneurial program in the world. It's a financial literacy program used to teach the girls the 5 business skills. We want her to learn goal setting, decision-making, money management, business skills, and business ethics and people skills. This is a progression. We don't expect a Daisy to grasp all these concepts. Pretty much her first year, she should be just learning goal setting. Set her mind on a goal or on a troop goal and work from there. But by the time they're older troops, the girls should be pretty much running their own program and learning the business skills that they need. How many of you are brand new cookie managers, first year? Okay, quite a lot. How many of you are cadet senior ambassador troops? Okay. So the skill sets they're learning are different, but by the end, they should come out that program on the other side having learned some of the 5 skills. There are 3 stages of the cookie program. The initial order stage is where she takes orders on her order card, asking friends and family, going door to door, pretty hard to resist. Cookie delivery is when the cookies come in, you distribute to the girls and then go back to those same customers, deliver the cookies and take payment. And then the cookie booths are the cash and carry sales, where you have your leftover cookies or the additional ones you ordered that you're selling to the public. We are a proud customer of Little Brownie Baker, which is a subsidiary of Kellogg's. That is the baker we use. There is a second baker in case you hear cookie names. If people ask you for cookies you've never heard of, that is the other baker. All of the Ohio councils in Western Pennsylvania uses Little Brownie Baker. So as Troop Cookie Manager, you have several responsibilities. Before the sale, let me back up a second. I forgot to mention, during the training, up at the top, there's a page number. We're following along the manual. Basically, I'm reviewing the manual with you. You're about to get a wealth of information that most of it you won't care about until March. But we're showing you where the answers are located. You don't have to know the answer. You have to just know where to find it. But you can follow along in your manual, so you can ask questions as we go. So before the sale, your job is to review the troop and e-buddy and make sure you're set up correctly, and hold a family cookie meeting to go over the cookie sale with your girls and to answer any questions they have and to distribute the material. During the sale, you'll enter their orders. You'll pick up their cookies and distribute to the families. You need to maintain accurate records of all the cookie transactions and money transactions. We'll talk about digital cookie in a few minutes. And you coordinate the rest of the troops' activities that they decide to do, such as booth sales or the cookie donation program. At the end of the sale, you deposit money into the appropriate bank account. You'll complete an outstanding balance report if needed, and we'll talk about that in a minute. You'll distribute the girls' rewards when they receive, and then you just make sure your records are up to date. You keep them for and you'll need the totals for your finance report. This is really only 5 steps. Kick off the cookie season and get the girls excited, set their goals and track progress. Have a family party, get the families excited and interested and on board with signing up to help. Talk about digital cookie and get them interested in doing the online version. And then at the end, celebrate and share your success. Cookie safety is important. Make sure that you the safety rules with your girls. We've not lost a Girl Scout yet during cookie season, so make sure going to be a long morning. Make sure that they understand the safety rules of being with a partner, never entering a home, and all the safety guidelines are listed here and in the volunteer resources on the website. So we have the same 8 great cookies this year: Thin Mints, Samoas, Tagalongs, Do-si-dos, Savannah Smiles, Trefoils, S'mores, and Toffee-tastic. Toffee-tastic are the gluten-free. There are 4 nut-free varieties, which are the Trefoils, Thin Mint, Toffee-tastic, and S'mores. This year, all packages are $5 a package. Everything is $5 across the board. That's a new price for us. That the extra $1 will be to troops, which helps us maintain our quality girl programming. It offsets the impact of the higher cost of the bigger. And you are not permitted to change the price or do discounts at any time. They must all sell for $5. But we also increase the troop profit to 80 cents. Everyone begins at 80 cents. If you did the spring renewal program and met the spring renewal requirements of by specific date and turning in your troop finance report and participating in the magazine and snack program with the $35 registered girl average, you get the additional 3 cents spring renewal bonus. So you will start at 83 cents. Troops have the opportunity to increase their profit by reaching specific registered girl averages. Of 175, your profit goes up a nickel, and at 200 packages, goes up another nickel. It is acceptable use of troop profit to pay for girl membership, as well as anything the girls as a group decide to do, camping programs, service projects, etc. But the Cookie Power Badge was designed to raise the awareness of parents that they're funding their own adventure. They help sell cookies to put money in the troop account to help pay for things like membership. So the financial responsibility form is one of the most important documents of the cookie program. This has the parents accepting the financial responsibility for the product that they accept. If there is a payment issue at the end of the program, this is what you turn in to let us know that the parent had agreed it. Sorry. They're the ones accepting financial responsibility for what they do. The troop cookie manager can be held responsible for unpaid funds unless there's a completed financial report. Please sign in. And you want to make sure you have the cookie receipts and the money receipts, which transfers the responsibility from you to the parent. The new annual permission form, which you heard about on the website, is also available, and that's an acceptable use, but the one is fine. Cookie sale is a cash sale. Do not accept personal checks. Parents should pay cash to the troop. You're brand new, a lot of you are brand new troops. You don't want someone's bounce check to cause an overdraft fee in the troop bank account. Money is collected when the cookies are delivered to the customer. And cookie money must be deposited into a GSNEO troop account only. You need to do a receipt when you give cookies to a parent. There should be a receipt. You've got this many packages and here's what you owe. When they give you money, there should be a receipt that says, we've both agreed that I've accepted $200 from you. It should be a paper trail for everything you do. You will receive two receipt books in your sales material. Take the time to count and receipt all the money with the parent present. Please don't encourage them to send all that cash through the backpack of the kindergartner through school. Don't let them just leave it on your front porch. Make sure the money is accountable. And you can record payments in eBuddy as you receive them. You must have a troop bank account on file with GSNEO in order to participate in the cookie program. If you are brand new and you don't have one yet, you can still start the program. We just monitor it up through February 1st. And you'll get emails to let you know that you've placed an order, you don't have a bank account, you can't pick it up until you get your bank account online. So this is December. I'm telling you right now, you have 2 months to get that bank account live. But the process to do it is on the GSNA website, or call customer care and they can help you. And if you have an account and do a change, please contact customer care and they can walk you through the steps of updating. We process cookie money through ACH debit. You put all of your money in the True bank account. We debit the amount that's owed council, leaving your True profit in the account. We start debiting April 8th. The sale ends March 24th, so you have a window of time to make sure all your parents pay you and you get the money in the account. If you have a parent who has not paid you by April 3rd, please complete an outstanding balance report. You request that through customer care, and all it does is say, this parent hasn't paid me in time. We get that form and we adjust the amount we debit so that I'm sorry. Sorry. So that we don't end up taking True profit to pay for somebody who didn't pay. There's all kinds of reasons why somebody doesn't pay on time. It's around Easter. Some of you might have spring break and they went out of town and simply forgot, and they're going to pay you next Tuesday but get them back in town. Turn in the form, because we'll adjust what we debit. When they come back in town next Tuesday, they pay you, you put it in the account, you notify us, we take out that remaining balance. No harm, no foul. But if you don't turn in the form, we take all the money that's owed, it's sucked up the True profit, pay for this family that didn't pay yet, and then you never hear from them again. Now your True has no money left. So do the form, even if it is your daughter's teacher, the mother of your best friend, your sister-in-law, do the form. You're just protecting the Troops' money. So you're responsible for reporting all caregivers who have not paid their bill by April 3rd. If there's a report of stolen money, that needs to be backed up with a police report, and we'll work out a payment plan with the family involved. Does not alleviate the need to pay. But again, contact customer care. Okay, cookie donation program is a way to increase your sales with customers who don't want to buy cookies of their own or still want to do that good deed. It's a great way to answer the customer of like, oh, I have too many, or I'm diabetic, or I'm on a diet, or whatever it is. If you'd like to support our gift of caring program, there's 2 options. One is the council-sponsored program called Operation Sweet Appreciation. It's a virtual cookie program. There's actually a column in eBuddy that's called OSA, and any cookies under there are virtual cookies. You never see them. At the end of the sale, we take that entire virtual cookie order, place an order with the bakery, and it goes to the organization we support that partners to ship them to the military. We ships to deployed military around the world. If you do a local gift of caring program, you don't put them in the OSA column. It goes under each girl, any varieties you want, and then you're responsible for taking those cookies that you physically have and taking them to the charity that you chose. Your local food bank, Hometown Heroes, the VA clinic in your town, whatever works for you. There's a difference between the 2 programs. If you participate in the council gift of caring and sell 15 packages under the OSA column, you'll earn a gift of caring patch. And you girls who sell 30 packages or more will earn the set of the pen bracelet bangles. Last year, we sent over 64,000 packages of cookies to those serving the military. So it's a great program, and it does help increase your sales. Okay, we do allow troops to accept credit cards. I did say it's a cash sale, but nowadays nobody really carries cash anymore. We all carry a credit and debit card. You have the option. This helps not only customers at Cookie Booths, but you can set up parents so they can be sub-users on the account. So when you go deliver to your neighbors to at work, you can accept credit cards there. Participation information will be available on the Learning and Resources Nook and in the eBuddy Help Center. The application's due February 8th. It will be live next week. We set it up so funds that you take on the credit card go right into your True bank account. If you make sure you have a checking account, not a savings account, you can't use that for credit card transactions. Once you're in, parents can be set up as sub-users so that they can not only help at Cookie Booths, but then when they go deliver to customers, if dad took the order card to work and now he has all those cookies, dad can download the app on his phone and with that account you set up for them and take payment that way. There is a $5 annual setup fee for troops to participate in the Sage credit card program, and that's just added to eBuddy and it's part of the troop bill. But otherwise, we pay all of the credit card transaction fees. So that's your only charge is the $1 $5 one. There are no swipers. You have to key all them. You have to key all the transactions in. Okay, page 16. Sorry, did you have a question? When you complete the form, it asks you, are you the same person as last year? It'll ask you if it's the same account, so we can set all that up. Okay, there's a cookie calendar on page 16. This is an overview of the steps of the cookie program. Starting next week, this webinar will be live on the Nook. And the sale starts January 7th. That's the first day the girls can say, would you like to buy cookies? The sales material is going to ship to you starting next week, so you can have time to get your group set up. So it really lasts from December till mid-May is when you get your rewards. So it covers a good part of the year. January is when you're just taking orders and doing the door-to-door and doing your planning for cookie booths. February, you pretty much have it easy. March then is really when cookie season's here. The cookies start arriving March 2nd. In the month of March, you pretty much dedicate your life to the cookie program. But it's a lot of fun. The girls get excited. You can schedule as little or as much as your troop wants to do. So the first step is to have a family meeting. On page 17, we've outlined you cover all the. This is just a guideline, help you make sure you cover all the topics with your parents. We do encourage, though, to spend some time with them, not just say, here's your order card, bring it back at the end of the month. You need to make sure you have that financial responsibility form filled out before you hand them sales material. And you want to cover all the topics and see if you can answer questions. If you can't answer questions, send them in to us and we'll get you the answers. Yes. It opens in the middle of the day, but I'll be covering that in just a few minutes. Okay, digital cookie. How many of you have heard of the digital cookie platform? It's a way for girls to send emails to friends and family to invite them to support her electronically. They can order cookies online. They can either order them and pay for shipping to have them shipped directly to their home. They can order them and pay for them to be delivered when the girl gets her cookies in March, or they can just order for the Gift of Caring program, just to support the girl, but then the cookies are delivered to the Operation Sweet Appreciation. Digital cookie emails will start. Troop managers will get their launch email next week. Girls will get them the following week so that they get in and set up their program. The digital cookie program starts January 7th as well. Digital cookie was designed by GSUSA. It's a national program. So that, excuse me, and they've been doing it for 4 years now, and it gets better every year. I believe there's. So you'll get a registration email that'll come from email@girlscouts.org with ready, set, register for digital cookie. Troop cookie managers who already are in the system, done their cookie manager agreement, I've uploaded to eBuddy. You'll be getting your email starting December 11th, which is Tuesday. And then if you have not yet done your cookie manager agreement, when you turn it in, then when you're added to eBuddy, you'll get your launch email. Girls and their families start the following week, December 18th. So they get their launch email so they can go in and look around, set up their goals, add their pictures, add their videos, add their email list, and then the emails will start launching January 7th. So as I mentioned, there's a girl delivery option where customers can go order now and select girl delivery so they don't have to pay shipping, and the girl delivers it to them in March when she gets it. So they can pay by credit card, but girl delivered. That's only open from January 7th through February 1st. Parents go in and approve those orders, so you don't want to approve a girl delivery order to grandma in Florida, because unless you're planning to go visit grandma in Florida over spring break, you're not going to deliver those cookies, and then you have to pay shipping. There's some seats up here, or there's some seats over there. So the caregiver, the parent, must approve the order in order for it to count to their thing. There's a whole process where a customer orders, the parents see the order come in and they approve them for girl delivery or not, or it will ship per the customer's second choice. Girls who sell 30 or more packages through Digital Cookie will earn the cookie tech patch. If they sell 60 or more packages, they get the phone ring stand. And if they sell 100 packages, they'll earn the Creative Caddy. So it's a matter of how many emails they send. It's like asking customers door to door. The more you ask, the more they'll order. But if they send an email January 7th and grandma in Florida orders and pays shipping, she could have them that week. You get your cookies right away when you order online and pay shipping. Okay, so cookie rewards are how we motivate girls. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, cookies ordered online through Digital Cookie for Operation Sweet Appreciation count towards the Operation Sweet Appreciation reward and count towards the Digital Cookie reward. Yes, ma'am. Yes, and I will talk about how to add girl delivered digital cookies to your order. Yes, ma'am. Yes, we have changed the program. They no longer get a badge for just sending the emails. It's tied to orders now. Any other questions? Okay, so the girls are motivated by the rewards, and as a troop, there's things you can earn as well. They can earn official Girl Scout badges. There's the patches and other items on the reward card. There are pathway passes, which are tied to the reward levels, and they're earned by girls reaching certain levels. Pathway passes are program credits that can be used to pay for programming and camp registration through GSNEO. It cannot be used for membership, and they're not used in the shop, but if they're going to go to a camp program, or you as a troop are going to go do a Brownie Badge Lab or attend a mall lock-in or Winterfest, all of those are Pathway Pass eligible. They're council in-house monopoly money to help you pay for council programs. You can also have your troop earn the cookie activity pin. This is through GSUSA, and it recognizes the 5 skills learned and practiced through the sale. Information on the cookie activity pin is available on the website, and it's the pins for sale in the shop. So for troop rewards, if your troop reaches specific selling girl averages of 165 packages or more, you can earn the 2019 t-shirt. Every girl selling will receive one, and 1 troop adult will receive a shirt. If you reach a selling girl average of 225 or more, the girls will earn the Wild About Cookies chair, and the adults will earn the Girl Scout clipboard. There'll be enough for, well, they'll get 2 clipboards for the troop. This is based on selling girl average. If you have 10 girls in your troop and 9 girls reach the 165 average, those 9 girls will get the shirt, the 10th will not. So the rewards are based on selling girl average. This is a picture of the order card, but we've added some explanation on some of the items. This is on the back of the order card, so the girls can have the rewards and go home and make their plans and set their goal. All the rewards are cumulative. So if they sell 25 packages, they get the patch and everything. If they sell 275 packages, they get everything all the way up to the giant poop pillow. So it is cumulative. I wanted to point out a few on there. Everything at the 400 level is where we start offering event tickets. So at the 400 level is the messenger bag plus a ticket to the Indians game. The information about the Indians ticket is mailed directly to the girl and her family. It does not go through the troop. And everything above that level, directly with the girl and her family. So invitations to the Nautica Cruise, Scene 75, excuse me, and the String of Pearls Club, we deal directly with the girl. Scene 75 is a new event for us this year. It's in Strongsville. Okay, the IB Beautiful is a subscription kit. We introduced that last year. We felt their mission statement really went along with the Girl Scouts of Northeast Ohio. They help young girls realize they are beautiful just the way they are, without comparison to others, how others look or act. They get at that level, they get a 2-month subscription, where it's a package that arrives with some great motivators, beauty items, activities. We did it last year, and all the girls who received it. I talked to 5th graders through high schoolers, because it's age specific. I'm sorry, 5-year-olds to high schoolers, and they all liked the contents that they got. We introduced this year the Kiwi Kit, Kiwi Crate, which is a 3-month subscription, the 1500 level, and that is activities that promote science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And again, those will be geared to the age level of the girl who earned it. And we've introduced a new level this year at the 3000 package level, where they'll get a choice of a resident camp or an iPad. Okay, you may have heard me say eBuddy a few times. eBuddy is the name of the computer system used to manage your cookie program. eBuddy has been around for longer than I have, and they enhance it every year. I think it's a phenomenal program. I feel it's very user-friendly and very easy to use. It's a very powerful cookie management software, and it completely integrates with digital cookie. I don't want to get ahead of my screens. The eBuddy Help Center was added last year. When I show you the screens of eBuddy, it's a tab on the right, and we're going to upload all kinds of resources with you. Anything that we say is going to be available on the Learning and Resources Nook will also be available in the eBuddy Help Center. Under the section from the council, we'll upload a troop manual, we'll upload a copy of the parent guide, we'll upload links for like the credit card program, and anything else we've talked about. That's a resource for you right there while you're in the system. And then the other sections on there are uploaded by Little Brownie Baker, information about the Toffee-tastic, the digital cookie program. Okay, so to get into eBuddy, you're going to get a launch email beginning December 11th, or once you are added to the system. You're going to be uploaded using the email that you supplied on the Cookie Manager Agreement form. So in order to be the Cookie Manager, you had to sign up for the Cookie Manager role for your troop. You would have received an email back with a link saying, here's the Cookie Manager Agreement form. And you complete that, and that's what I use to mail you your sales material, and that's the email I will use to put you in eBuddy. If you have not yet done so, we're going to check the sign-in list when we leave, and if you're not already on that list, we'll go ahead and send you the link and get you set up for the program. For those of you listening at home, if you do not know if you're on the Cookie Manager list or not, if you haven't done the Cookie Manager Agreement, contact customer care on Monday and they can set you up. So they have changed, those of you who have been in eBuddy before, they've changed the access a little bit. They now have a cookie tech portal. You'll put in your email. You're going to click on the unique link in that email, and it's going to have you change your password. Now you can change it back to the password you used last year, but basically everybody's starting from scratch. You change it, and you're either creating a new one or you're putting in the one you had last year. If you're unable to sign in, contact customer care. And if you do, and remember, there's a forgot password link for what you did, but there's no unique password that we provide you in the manual this year. If you can't get in, it's either you might not have your email in the system correctly. So last year, Little Brownie rolled out the Troop app you can use on your mobile phone, and this year it's the Troop app Plus, and literally everything that you can do on the eBuddy on your desktop computer, you can do on your phone. They've added all the enhancements. Last year it was a little limited. You could do some things but not others. But now you don't even need a desktop computer. You can manage your cookie sale from your phone. There's more information about the app about littlebrownie.com, but you just need to search the app on your phone and download it, and you log in the same way with your email address and password. Now, I'm old school. I'm old. And to me, that's really small to try and manage everything. And so I need a desktop. But when you're on the go, you're meeting with the parent and they just, here's my order. You can do it right then. You can sign up for Cookie Boost. You can select your delivery, everything from your phone. So it's fully 100% mobile supported. Okay, so once you log into eBuddy, so you can see the blue bars across the top, the dashboard, contact, setting, girls, etc. Those are the tabs across the top, and that's how you manage your sale, and pretty much in that order. It's not shown on this screen, but to the far right is where will be the Help Center tab for information. So once you log in, you land on your dashboard. Your Contacts tab will be what your information is, and you're able to edit that if you're misspelled, if your address comes up misspelled or where you need to change a phone number. So the Settings tab is where you want to go to first. You want to make sure you have a bank account listed. I'll be uploading bank accounts. Well, you guys can't get in before Tuesday, so they will be uploaded by Tuesday because I just got the list. So if you don't see a bank account there, we either don't have it on file or you don't have one. So please do the steps to make sure that finance has your bank account. Or if it's wrong, if you look at it and it does say Huntington, and you're like, oh, we forgot to tell them that we moved to the credit union. Let that be your trigger to contact finance and start the steps of changing your bank account. If you earn the spring renewal, that will be uploaded, and you'll see a yes where it says generic proceeds fulfillment, where it says spring renewal, it will say yes. That has not been uploaded yet, and it will not until we finish processing all the payments from the magazine and snack program. Once it does get uploaded, there'll be an email that goes out to everybody saying, spring renewal bonus has been uploaded, please check that screen. But we have to finish doing all the averages right for the magazine and snack program to get that correct. The Settings tab is where you can also add an additional user. You are the cookie manager, and you are the only one that we will put in the system. If you have a co-manager or the troop leader wants access, on the Settings tab, if you click the Edit Settings button, the purple button at the top, and scroll down, you just put her email address in. You can give them troop view only access. You can give them full access as troop leader or cookie manager, you choose. All you have to do is put in their email address. That will send them a launch email where they log in and fill in their own information. You don't have to put in their name and address and all that. Just put in their email. But you're the only one who can add the additional users. We don't do it for you. The next tab over is the Girl tab. I've started uploading girls, and we'll continue to upload as we work through the reports and clean them up. You will see all of your girls listed. If someone is missing, contact customer care. They'll confirm she's registered for the 2019 year and send the request that she's uploaded to your troop. If someone is there that's already left your troop, again, contact customer care. They'll figure out where she belongs and send the request to move her. So you can't make any changes to the Girl tab, but you want to take the opportunity now to make sure it's right and not wait until midnight when the order's due and go, oh, Susie's not there. How do I put in her order? So you have time now. This is your first step, is to make sure all your girls are listed. On this screen is where you put in their shirt size. So you can change. Yes, ma'am. Right. If they're registered, you will want to list t-shirt size girl. This is where the rewards page will pull it from if your troop reaches the registered girl average. You might not be aware you're getting close to the average because digital cookie sales come in without you knowing. So put your shirt size in here to make sure that your girls can get a shirt if you reach that level. And you can also enter a sales goal for each girl. Yes. They're counted for the registered girl average, which affects troop profit. They're not counted for the selling girl average, which affects the rewards. So if she's registered, parents may say, I'm not selling, but you may want to put a shirt size in there anyways, because they may end up doing some digital cookie, or they may help at a cookie booth, and they'll earn a shirt. The selling girl average, yes, they will affect the selling girl average. One box against that girl count towards the selling average. But if you sold a lot and you demand she enough that she could earn the shirt, credit her with some cookies so that she's not the only one without a shirt when you all go to do activities. So it depends on your math. But if she participates and sells anything, she needs to be credited with those sales. Girls need to participate at the level they and their family are comfortable with. It's not about whether you're in the shirt or not. It's about a financial literacy program. If she is part of your troop, her name will be in the computer. If the family simply says, we are not selling and here's why, don't put any cookies against it. But if they say, I'm sorry, we don't have time for booths, but we'll see what we can do, we'll do emails, they may be surprised that a digital order cookie comes in and they may sell. So don't not give cookies to her if she did participate. You don't have to do anything with her except have her listed if she's not participating. And the computer automatically calculates the registered and selling girl average. And I'll show you where that later on in the presentation. Okay, so cookie booths are a method of selling to the public as a cash and carry sale. All the locations and methods must have council approval. You'll do them all through eBuddy. Did I have a question over here? Okay. So the council-sponsored booths that we upload, we contact stores throughout our 18 counties. We've been GSNEO for over 10 years now, and we have a list. We contact the big chains, the ones that are in all 18 counties, the Giant Eagles, the Walmarts, the Heinens, the Drug Marts, all of the big chains we contact. If they're not on the list, they've told us no, and some do. My sale locations are local locations that aren't on the council list. Your dad's hardware store or the dry cleaner that mom works at. You can do cookies there, booths there. Those are local ones, and you request those to a My Sale location. You cannot request a My Sale location for the Giant Eagle just because you work there. The Giant Eagle comes through the corporate list. A drive-through cookie booth is a My location, like a local bank parking lot, especially on Sundays, because they usually have those areas with one way in and one way out, and you can do a drive-through cookie booth. So a drive-through is just a different version of My Sale. You still have to ask permission through eBuddy to have the location. I'm going to talk about My Sale, but this is how you order additional cookies to sell at booths, or if your troop is brand new, you're not required to do a booth. If you're a 5-year-old daisies, you don't have to do a booth. There's no mandatory requirement. Just be aware that when you order, you're going to order in full cases, you're going to have additional cookies to sell. And as long as you have a plan for doing that, that's great. You don't have to do a cookie booth. Yes. Oh, I moved to this side. I'm used to walking around while I talk, so this is all hard for me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, you do have to request the location for a couple reasons. One, it prevents conflict, and I'm going to talk about that when I talk about how to do My Sale booths. And two, it puts it on the cookie locator so customers know you're there. When customers put in the zip code, tells them what cookie booths are in their area, you want them to be able to find your booth. So you want to promote your booths, and I think I got ahead of my slides. But you have the, you want to offer your gift of caring option. If you're supporting your local food bank, put a big sign saying donate to the local food bank. You want to use the 5 for 5 promotion. Okay. You're going to get in your sales material a flyer that is the 5 for 5. This the cover letter explains what it is. It's a way for your girls to upsell. You get these coupon codes. A customer buys 5 packages or more. They're supporting the 5 business skills, and you give them the code, the coupon that they can enter in the website to earn 5 free cases of cookies. So it's a way to upsell. So if somebody's buying 3 or 4, your girls should learn to say, you know, if you buy 5, you're entered into a drawing. Some people will, some people won't, but it's a way to push that. It works. I've seen it work where people like to be in a drawing for 5 cases of cookies. The drawing is done in April. We ship the cookies right to the customer. We contact them and ask them what kind. So you'll get this packet in your sales material. You'll also get a new promotional flyer we created this year. This you attach together and it can stand on your cookie booth. It talks about the 5 skills. You can have a spot where you advertise what your gift of caring program is, and it has all of the cookies listed around the bottom so customers can pick them up and read about it. So you can have a gold poster. There's all kinds of ways to promote your cookie booth. Okay, so you request all the locations, dates, and shifts in eBuddy. We start uploading in January as we start talking to stores. We've tried, they really don't talk to us in December. They're all busy with Christmas and they don't want to worry about scheduling for next March. So we can't start calling them until January. We'll upload them as we get them, but you got to give us time because some of them aren't responsive right away. Starting January 26th at 12 noon, which is a Saturday, that's when you can log in and request sites. So those of you who have done this before, we used to have a date prior to that where we said they're all going to be available this date. We're just going to start uploading now as we get them. You're going to log in one day and see a couple of stores. You'll log in the next day. You'll see more. They'll just be there. So you can go ahead and look and plan and wait patiently for the store you're waiting for to show up. But January 26th, we're going to do our best to have everything possible uploaded by then. At noon, you can log in and request 2 sites. They cannot be at the same store. And by that, I mean you can't pick the Walmart in Avon and then the Walmart in Elyria. It won't let you do 2 Walmarts, even if they're different cities. And you definitely can't do 2 spots of Walmarts back to back. Different locations, different, not same chain. My sale cookie booths do not count towards these 2. So you can do as many My Sales as you want. We don't start approving them till then, but you can go ahead and list them. And I'll come back to that. Starting January 2nd, which is 2 weeks later, it opens up and you can get 2 additional spots. So if you're an experienced troop and want to do a lot of booths, or you're a young troop but have a lot of girls, you can have up to 4 before you have to commit your initial order so you know what you need to plan for. After February 16th, the rules come off and you can sign up for as many spots as you want, so anything that's open. Yes, ma'am. You can start putting those in at any point. I think, I don't know if there's a date. I have everything but a copy of the manual up here. On page 30, I don't know if there's a date to start doing My Sales. I know there's a date when my team will start approving them. There's a My Sale. You can do it any time, but we don't start looking at them, but we look at them, and it's a first come, first served basis on My Sale. And I'll come back to My Sales in a minute. I know there's a screen on that. So selling at a cookie booth is a privilege granted to us by the merchant. It is their store. It's their rules. They have expectations, and if we get complaints, you will be asked to leave, and you may lose all booth privileges. There are some stores that we can't come back to because there were issues. You need to pay attention to the rules on page 31 and 32 and make sure you understand how the process works. You're not permitted to put out a cash donation jar. You are there to sell cookies and nothing else. And if you're unable to fill your spot that you signed up for, cancel at anybody because another troop can sign up for it. You decide how you account for cookies sold at a cookie booth. If you have 4 girls there, you sell 100 cookies, you think everybody gets 25. Sure, but then you allocate that, but then you go back and look at the rewards, and one girl's like between 2 levels, way out in the middle, and one girl's 2 packages away from the next level. You can go back and give one girl 27, and another girl 24, and 2 girls 24, so it evens out. You don't have to be precisely. If you have a girl that worked really hard to do the posters, but just couldn't make it or ended up sick that day, you can go ahead and credit her some sales because she worked towards that booth. So how you divide them up is up to you, but if they are sold, they should be credited to a girl. For those of you that are junior and above, we offer a booth opportunity at the IX Center Great Big Home and Garden Show. The information is on page 33 of the manual. You must be a 4th grade junior above. There'll be an online form on the GSNEO website that you have to complete by January 11th. We've been doing this now for about 5 years. It's during the home show, February 1st through February 10th. We schedule troops in specific shifts. And it's a great way to promote Girl Scouts and to promote the cookie program, because this is before our actual cookies come in. It helps build excitement. So if you are 4th grade and up and your girls are interested, you sign up for the shifts that you want, because some of these are, well, we're there all week. So we look for older troops who can take off school to do the day shifts. A lot of principals have no problem with this because it's a great educational experience. This is totally different than standing out at your cookie booth at Giant Eagle. You're there as an actual merchant, and it's a good experience. So I encourage you, if you're 4th grade and up, to apply for a spot. Okay, so to sign up for a cookie booth, yes, ma'am. Yes, we bring in the cookies early for that cookie booth. The IX Center, you'll be selling the actual cookies. It's not, it will be added to your troop after initial order, so the girls will get credit for those sales, but you don't have to bring anything except, well, there'll be a list, but you bring the money. We have all the cookies provided for you. Okay, to sign up for a booth, you go to the booth tab in eBuddy, and you work your way through. So on the left side in green will be alphabetical by city. So you know where you live and how far you're willing to travel for a cookie booth. You pick the city you want, and then it opens up all the stores under that city. You pick the store you want, and it opens up the dates that you want. So when you click on a date, then it opens the booth spots on the right. There's always a description, and the first word is either going to be inside or outside. So read the description before you sign up. If you know none of your girls want to stand outside, don't sign up for a booth, because we set these up with the retailers. Some of them don't have space inside for you. Some of them have insurance reasons that you're not allowed inside. Know before you sign up. We will never, ever, ever be inside at a Walmart. Nationally, they have an insurance reason, and no organization sells inside Walmart. So if you are not willing to stand outside Walmart, don't sign up for a Walmart. Don't ask them if you can be inside, because they will rather cancel our cookie booths than make them look bad to customers by these poor little girls shivering outside. So anyways, check if it's inside or outside. It tells you if you have to bring a table. None of these cookie booths will be more than 4 girls. 2 to 4 girls is all you can do at a cookie booth. You've got this 1 square of real estate behind your table, and that's all you can do. If you have a large troop, you can rotate them in and out, or sign up for multiple booths so you can have all the girls have an opportunity. So you've selected your date, and it opens up the time slots. If you see claimed, another troop already has that spot. When you see an opening, and you want that, where am I at? I'm at Big Lots in Akron, Ohio. If I click on that open spot where it says 1 o'clock, my troop number will appear. And then you must hit the green submit button. We get troops who get real excited, hit the button, I got the spot, and then they log out. If you come back and it says claimed, it is not you. You need to see your troop number to know you have it. So hit submit. On any screen, anybody where you see a submit or save, you must do that to save your transaction. To cancel a booth, you go to the same location. You will see your troop number there. Click on it and it goes away. Hit submit and you'll get a message that says success, you no longer have that spot reserved. So make sure you always hit submit when you do it. The booths that you sign up for will be visible on your dashboard when you log into eBuddy over on the right side. You'll be able to see at a glance what you have coming up. You also get email messages as reminders. Those are system generated, and we can't do anything about them. You'll get a message saying, reminder, you have a cookie booth in 2 days. New this year, and we're really excited about this, is the cookie booth wait list. So if you really want this Giant Eagle, it's in Akron, but you get there and it's all filled, hit the notify me if slots open button. If some other troop cancels, you'll get an email message that says a spot is open at this location. This email goes out to everybody who hit that notify me, so it's not just to you. First one who gets in there and signs up for it gets the spot. So you may get the message and go there and it's already filled. That just means somebody got there first. But it is a way to keep an eye on some spots that you like. Now, if this is happening in January and you already have your 2 spots, you have to get rid of something else in order to claim this one. But especially as it gets closer to March and troops change their minds, if you're already in the cookie program and a troop sells out so they cancel subsequent booths, or the girls all wake up with strep throat one day. So if there's some prime spots that you like, it doesn't hurt to be on the wait list. If you are on the wait list and you get it and you go in and claim that spot, you still need to hit the stop notifying me, or you'll get another reminder if somebody cancels a different time slot than the one you got. If you decide you no longer want that spot, you simply hit the stop notify me and it takes you off the email list. So this is nice because in the past you pretty much had to check every day. So this will at least tell you, but be ready with the app on your phone to jump in and grab your spot if it comes. Okay, My Sale booths are a local business that will not be listed on the council site. The purpose of it is to reserve the spot for your troop to avoid potential conflicts. The example I always use is your church. You are not the only Girl Scout troop who goes to your church. So if you talk to your pastor or reverend and say, can I sell cookies here after the service next Sunday? And he says, sure. And you think, great, I'm in. But then she talks to the deacon. He says, oh, sure, next Sunday's fine. And then she talks to the preacher's wife, because we know who has the responsibility. And she says, sure, no problem, you're fine. All 3 troops show up in the lobby that Sunday, and then we have issues. So by doing the My Sale request, I want to sell at my church next Sunday. We approve it, and then the next troop who comes in, we say, that's already taken, try a different weekend. So we avoid the conflicts, because believe me, there have been issues where troops not following the rules and there's a conflict with the troop who thought they did everything right. So you need to make sure every request is through eBuddy. It also puts it on the cookie locator. There's an app that customers can download, or they go through our website and you put in the zip code and it shows you all the stores that are there. So if you want customers to know you're selling cookies, you want them to know where you are. So this is March, so places of worship are good. Fish fries, it's Lent, so fish fries are good. It's basketball season. Local businesses that are not part of a chain, auto parts, family restaurants, bowling alleys, bank parking lots, as I said, make good booths. We will not approve you. We will not approve you to do a booth in any location that your girl cannot be a customer. So no bars. Places like Applebee's let girls have booths, but you have to be in the lobby. You can't be in the bar area. And believe me, there's cookie police out there. Somebody will call, tell me you're there, and then I have to reach out to you and say you need to leave. So if your girl cannot place an order at that establishment, you cannot sell cookies there. And by that, I mean, you know what I mean. Okay, so the booth sale recorder is a way to track your cookies at a cookie booth. This is a separate app, but you can do the same thing on your new Troop app plus on the booth recorder site. To do it in eBuddy, there's 2 ways you can get to it. Either on the booth tab, there's a drop-down box. When you change between council and My Sale, there's always the booth recorder tab. And on the Girl Orders tab, there's a button that says booth recorder. When you have a cookie booth, this is an easy way to distribute. You simply put in the amount you sold. So you want to track your cookies. We sold 10 of these, 5 of these, 4 of these. And then the girls are all listed. You uncheck the ones who did not participate so that the only ones who were there are the girls who helped at that booth or that you're giving credit for. And you hit distribute and it divides them up. It's quick and easy. And it marks it paid because cookie booths that you assign to a girl are already paid. The parent's not responsible for paying for them. But on the app, on the recorder, there's a handy cookie calculator, which was helpful last year, but this year it's all $5. So if nothing else, make your daisies all raise your hands. 5, 10, 15, 20, how many do we got? So, but it did help before when there was different prices. Yes, ma'am. Gift of caring. the gift of caring program, which is the Operation Sweet Appreciation or your troop gift of caring. Okay, so your initial order is due anybody by Wednesday, February 6th by 11:59 p.m. It's a computer generated time. If you try at midnight, you won't be able to place your order. If you're still in, your submit button may go away. So try and do it before 11:50 on that night. You are ordering by the case, and there are always 12 packages in a case. Anybody will round it up for you. So when the parents turn in their order cards, check the math. A lot of parents don't total the bottom, or sometimes they do, but you might want to check it to make sure you're ordering what they needed. Additional cookie needs are ordered in the booth row. Don't add cookies in the initial order to a girl who did not sell them, because their initial order is locked when you get to the girl screen, the girl order screen, and you won't be able to take them away to give to another girl. So the digital cookie girl delivery orders, they're going to be visible on your main screen, on your dashboard. You're going to have one that says girl delivery orders, and this is for reference only, and it'll tell you what girls you're expecting it from. But you don't want to just enter it from here. On their order card, at the bottom of the order card, there's a line for parents to put in digital cookie orders. So this is a reminder so that if Katie turns in her order, you want to just ask the parent, she had 22 digital cookie orders, are they included? And if the parent says, I don't know what you're talking about, then you can say, no problem, I'll add them. But they're like, yep, I added them in there, I'm all set. So you don't want to double order for her, because if you manually add these 22, but the parent already did, you're going to have 22 extra cookies that you now are responsible for selling. If you forget to order, the parent just says, oh yeah, I did it, and they didn't, you should be able to fill them out of troop extras or booth cookies. But this is, the front screen is a reference for you to say, as a reminder to say, Katie had digital cookie orders, are they included? There will be a video webinar. We're going to do these short little webinars throughout the sale that'll be just a couple of minutes long that cover specifically how to place your initial order, how to set up your troops. So there'll be just little short micro trainings that you can watch throughout the sale. So a lot of places in the manual have that little webinar screen. Okay, so then you have to order your troop booth cookies. Order booth cookies conservatively. We do not take cookies back, but we will always get you more. So what's new this year, if those of you who are experienced cookie managers and you've done this before, if you ordered booth cookies last year, there's a little drop-down box for you that you can push the little arrow, and it'll say LY booth, which means last year booth, and it'll tell you what your troop ordered last year as a reference. And if you were the cookie manager last year, you're going to go, oh yeah, we ordered that, but man, we were stuck with all those trefoils at the end, so let's cut back on that. Yes, ma'am. No, it does not. It's only going to show your initial booth order. So it's only going to show you what you ordered in your initial. The amount of cookies to order for a booth depends on a lot of factors, so please don't over order. You can have up to 4 booths reserved before you place your initial order. We recommend, seriously recommend, you're only ordering your booth cookies for that first weekend. You're picking up your cookies somewhere between the 2nd and 7th of March. First booths are Friday the 8th, then 9th and 10th. Only order booth cookies to get through that weekend, because then you sell all those cookies and you look around and say, okay, we're totally out of Thin Mints, but I still have half the Do-si-dos I had, so I only need to order this much. You can place a reorder, which we'll talk about in a minute, to order additional cookies. But if you look at your cookie booths, we're doing 4 cookie booths and we plan to sell 50 cases at each booth, so I'm going to order 200 cases. I guarantee you're going to have a problem, because it depends on the day, depends on the weather. Are you inside or outside? If it's raining, rain hurts cookie booths. Ohioans can handle snow. We walk through snow, we'll stop and chat, but rain, hood down, past the girls right in the door. We don't like rain. So all kinds of factors can affect your cookie booths. So do not order for all of your booths. Order for the first weekend. That way, if something happens, they all get strep throat and you cancel, you have your cookies for the next weekend. You just need to order to fill in. If you are seriously in doubt, you can call, and one of my product sales team or I can kind of look at what booths you have and walk you through it. But we will not give you a definitive answer. We're pretty much going to quote what's on page 38 of the manual. This is a recommendation. So you've placed your order, you've entered your booth cookies, you've hit submit, the screen's going to say, now go pick your delivery location. We deliver over 200,000 cases of cookies in 4 days, all across our 18 counties. You're going to pick the site and location that works best for you. We deliver in all kinds of weather, unless it's determined to have hazardous conditions. And in my 10.5 years here, we've canceled a delivery once. It's about 4 years ago. It was a blizzard that shut down half of the west side of Ohio, and it was just, couldn't do it. We rescheduled it. The troops all got their cookies on Friday instead of Wednesday, but if the truckers won't go, we won't go. However, just because school is canceled doesn't mean the delivery is canceled. Find somebody else to take care of your children while you go pick up your cookies. There are 2 ways to find out if it's been canceled. You can call the program cancellation hotline, which is the same hotline number that you use for programs in GSNEO, or through eBuddy. We will send out messages. There's no way I can target just specific deliveries, so you'll get messages that say, this delivery has been canceled, but all other deliveries are still scheduled. But again, there'll be a video on delivery selection. You are responsible for making sure that you get your cookies that you're delivering. Let me state this. It doesn't have to be you picking up the cookies. You might work full-time, but you have a stay-at-home mom who has a ginormous minivan, and she'd be great. Send her. You can send Grandpa. Grandpa only has to be able to count. He doesn't have to do any of the lifting. He has to know your troop number. But the delivery agents, we have all these strapping young men who will take the cookies from the truck to your car and load them. Your job is to make sure you count them. You will be asked to get out of your car. You will be handed a clipboard with your order on it, and you count. I'm supposed to have 20 trefoils. They pretty much load them by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, okay, next variety. Or if you just simply say there's 5 of the blue ones, they'll put 5 of the blue ones in your car. If they're loading too fast, because by the last day they've been doing this all week and they know what they're doing, but you can just say, wait, I have to count these, and you go at your pace. You are in charge of that delivery. They've worked for you for the 15 minutes you're in front of them. You control that cookie delivery. There'll be an area available for you to pull over and recount. We will help you count as many times as you want. But when you check out, you will be specifically asked, are you sure you got 100% of your order? Put your name on this sheet, and then you have received your order. If you go home and go, I thought I had 21 Thin Mints and there's only 20 here, we say, would you like to place a reorder? So make sure you have the correct amount of cookies. There's plenty of time for you to count. Make them go at your pace. There is a chart on page 41 that says this is what should fit in a car. That chart came from Little Brownie Baker, and cars today have really weird dimensions. All the cases are different sizes. This is not a guaranteed. If you show up in your little car and we can only fit 21 cases in there, don't stand there and tell us, but my book said 23. But don't have extra people in your car. Don't have car seats in your car. Please do not have children in your car. Have an empty vehicle, as empty as possible, because they will fit them. It's like a big giant Tetris game, and they'll fit them all in. But it's very, if you have an infant in the back seat, we will only load to their foot level. We will not endanger your child. So you need to make sure you have space. If you notice a case is damaged, do not accept it. They'll give you a different one. And we only have the cookies exactly for that order, so you can't ask for additional ones at delivery. It is an acceptable use of troop funds to rent a U-Haul or other vehicle to pick up your cookies. They always have those 1995 specials for 20 bucks. Don't bring 8 cars to delivery. Have all those 8 people waiting at your house while you pull up the U-Haul and they can unload it. So that's an acceptable use of troop money to rent that car, come get your 200 cases, and take it home. Then when all the little girls get home from school, they can unload. That's their job. Yes, ma'am. No, we can't do that in rare exceptions, but because there's really no way to put the rest of your order. You might not get back before the end of the delivery. There's all kinds of problems with that. We're pretty good at judging. When we check in and we go, oh, you're picking up 80 cases and you're in a VW bug, call a friend. So you can bring 2 cars, and you can bring multiple cars. And I have had people show up with 6 cars in a row, and they all go through the line, and we feel like the first 4, and the other 2 just follow them home again. So this is just a guideline. If you do have a pickup truck, make sure you understand the weather so you can cover your cookies. We will not load your truck if it's full of snow. These are cardboard cases. They're going to get wet, and you're going to damage your cookies. So just be aware. But I'm really trying to push the U-Haul thing because it's so much easier when you just load up, they load it in, you go home. It's worth it. And people say, I can't do that. It's not my money. That's the troops' money. That's part of the price of paying cookies. Now, don't do that if you're only picking up 80 cases. That usually fits in 1 or 2 vehicles. Figure out your order and then talk to your troops. You might have somebody who says, oh no, my parents own an ice cream truck that's totally empty. We'll drive it for you. Find somebody else to help you with delivery. Okay. So you select your delivery location by selecting the delivery tab. Your order will be across the top with the number of cases that you're picking up. The line that says, who is picking up my cookies is someone from your troop is usually it. Some people manage more than 1 troop. So the other you would pick up that you're picking up for an additional troop so you can pick up 2 together. If you intend to pick up for someone else, if you have a big van and you're picking up your friend's order as well, you need to put them together so that they appear together in our delivery so that we don't make you circle the line twice. You need to say in that line to put another troop number that you're picking up for both troops at the same time. Then the drop-down box where it says Bellevue is alphabetical by city. So first figure out what's close to you. The second thing is the date. We have 4 locations we deliver on Saturday, March 2nd. Bellevue, Ohio, Lorain, Ohio, Chapel Hill, I don't have to keep saying Ohio or Ohio, Chapel Hill and Mentor. Those are the 4 locations that we deliver to on Saturday. The rest of it is Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday through the rest of the week. So if you really have to pick up on a Saturday, you need to go to one of those 4 locations, and you need to make that decision fairly early in that process. Don't wait till 11:59 on that order because it'll be full. If a location's more convenient to your work than home, you can pick up anywhere you want. But there's an alphabetical drop-down list there. There will also be a complete spreadsheet list on the eBuddy Help Center so that you can take a look at it and then go talk to your parents, whoever's going to pick up for you, to say which one works for you. So choose the one that works best for you. Once you pick your location, some have 4 lanes, some have just 1 lane. It depends on how big the location is and the volume we're expecting. The Mentor and Chapel Hill have 4 lanes. They're huge. Bellevue has 2 lanes. Lorain has 1 because we actually drive through the warehouse. So it fills up pretty quick on a Saturday. Some have 3. So you pick your lane and you pick your time. And your troop number will be there. And you hit the submit info button to save it. You need to pick a time, not just the location. But let's say you pick that 9:15 spot and you call your co-leader and say, you're doing it 9:15. And she says, well, I have to do this. Can you make it 10:30? You can come right back here. If 10:30 is open, just click the 10:30 button and your troop will move there and hit submit again. It'll save your spot. So as long as there's an opening, you can move it. But you need to have a time to do it. But please hit the My Submit so it reserves your time. And so initial rewards are what girls can earn on the total amount they sold on their initial order and their order card. Digital cookie orders placed through February 1st count towards initial rewards. The initial rewards of the dry erase board with the fashion markers and or the clouded leopard earbuds, you'll receive at delivery when you get your cookies to give to her when she picks up her cookies, because they're an instant, you did a good job on the first bit. They're meant to encourage her to continue, but it's a reward based on her initial order. So please do not assign booth cookies to pad a girl's initial order. It's based on her accomplishment of what she did. You're not supposed to spread your booth cookies out for all the girls to get them that reward that they did not earn, because then your booth cookies are tied up under the girls, and if somebody doesn't attend a booth, you don't have any way of getting those cookies out of her in order to credit to the girl who actually sold them. So let them earn the initial order or not earn it on their own. Don't pad their order. It'll tell you to submit your initial order, but you don't have to. It automatically does it. When I roll up the counts of rewards, if a girl hits that level, she will get that reward. If you forget to submit that button, don't panic. She's going to get those rewards. but there is a button for you to push if you go into the initial rewards. It tells you in the manual. But we even put in there, if you forget it, it's okay. We'll make sure she gets the rewards. Okay, so you've picked up your cookies, you've passed them all out to your girls, you've had your first cookie booth, or you've had more orders come in from parents who are just really excited. You need more cookies. So beginning this Saturday after cookie booths, after cookie delivery, should be Saturday the 9th, we run reorder stations throughout council. So it'll be Saturday and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday the following week, then Saturday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because we only have that window of 3 weeks there. You place a reorder in eBuddy to pick up the cases that you want. We also have cases available at all the council offices, the 4 regional offices. You order by the case. I'm going to show you how to place a reorder, but a list of all the reorder locations is also available in the eBuddy Help Center so that you can plan ahead. We have like 92 reorder stations throughout the 18 counties. So again, you pick the date and time that works for you. So to place a reorder, you click on the Transactions tab, you click Add a Transaction, and it's going to open up a box. My screenshot is a little hard because once I open up the box, it covers up what I want to show you. But on the right, it's going to show you hours of operation, where it says this particular booth was from 9 to 10:30 a.m. at whatever location I was on. You have to realize that you have to pick up in that window of time. These are literally trucks in parking lots. We make arrangements with all kinds of stores and things to say this truck will be there from this time frame. So if you were like, I really want to pick up in Parma, and I'll pick up at noon, the truck is only there from 9 to 10:30. It won't let you pick a time that's not within that hour of operations. So if you pick this reorder and put then that you're going to be there at 9, you don't have to be there at 9. You have to be there between 9 and 10:30. The guy sits there with his spreadsheet. You pull up, tell him your troop number. He's going to give you your cases. If everybody comes before 10 that's on his list, he will leave. So feel free to come. But if he waits for 10:30 for you to come, he will, because you placed your order and you'll be there. You have to order. So you have to hit your pickup and you have to put the date and the time frame in. And you have to order by the full case. The packages column is there because this is how you also transfer cookies to troop. But if you order by package, I'm going to just round it up to a full case. And that's what you're going to get. And then hit OK. There's a Save Print button. Last year, there were issues with the Save Print button because if you were doing it on your phone and hit Save Print, you're not printing anywhere, so it would just circle and it would never save it. So you think you're done and your order's not there. They have said because of the new app, they've said they've resolved that and there's not a problem. But until we get in the middle of the cookie season and I see it work, I don't know. Hit OK. You don't have to print anything. You just have to show up and say, here's my troop number, and we'll put what's on our list in your car. If you see a Save Print button, hit OK. Come back and print it later, but make sure it's saved first. We had troops who would show up at the reorders and their order wasn't there because they never hit the save, the OK button. Because then you hit OK, but then you have another save button at the top of the screen. You have to hit that too. The OK just closes the box, hit save. I recommend you go off that screen, come back in and make sure your order's there. We don't want you to show up and not be on the list for the cookies that you need. Okay. This is great because this is new this year. It's called Troop to Troop Transfers. We have loaded this so it's within your service unit. If you have additional cookies that you do not want, you're not doing a booth, so you have your leftover packages from your full case, you put them in the cookie exchange. It says, I have these cookies to exchange with another troop, and you put in the quantities that you want. You might only just have the 5 Savannah Smiles you want to get rid of because you're not selling them. You put that there. This is service unit specific. So anybody in your service unit can go to this screen. And so if you really need do-si-dos, you can come here and click on the do-si-do line. There's 26 out there, somebody in your service unit. It will show you what troops to be there. Actually, I believe my example is Savannah Smiles. One troop has 17 Savannah Smiles, one troop has 2. This is someone in your service unit, so it's in your area. Their email is right there, so you can reach out and say, hey, I'm really in need of 3 Savannah Smiles. Can I have yours? And you work on an exchange. And then you do the transfer to anybody, but it's in your service unit. So you post them for your service unit to see, and you can look what anybody else had. So if you don't need a full case, come here first. You just might need, the parent came in and said, I need one more for a customer. You don't want to buy a case of 12 just to get that one more. See if anybody has it. If it doesn't have it there, sorry, I thought I had another screen. If they don't, if nothing in your service unit, no one in your service unit has cookies you need, then check out the GSNEO website for the Pixie list. There's a spot there that says cookies wanted or cookies available. You can post there. That's for outside your service unit. If you are willing to exchange anywhere to meet somebody halfway, you can do that. These are troop-to-troop transfers. It helps you get rid of your extra or pick up just a few packages if you don't need a case. So your first resource is your service unit. Second resource is the Pixie list. Third option is to go buy a case or reorder a case and then post your extras back to your service unit. See if anybody else wants them or sell them. If you are a troop who is not doing cookie booths or you just have your leftovers from cookie booths, make sure all of your families know what cookies you have left over because they can continue to sell to customers. But the troop is responsible for all cookies they pick up. If you exchange with another troop, the troop giving away the cookies does the transfer anybody to take them off of their bill to put them on yours so that you can credit them to the girl who sold them. Please never, ever pay cash to another troop for cookies. It needs to be done in eBuddy so that the girl who sold them to the customer can get credit for the sale. If another troop is asking you for money, please tell them no and then call me because I'll call them. You're doing troop-to-troop transfers. It's all eBuddy exchange because it takes it off of their bill. Some of them don't understand that. You transfer it out, it's off your bill, you're not paying for it. Okay, so you want to allocate cookies to the girls who sold them. Whether they had an additional order that they just picked up from you or they helped at a cookie booth, you need to credit the cookies to them so that they count towards their rewards. You don't need to allocate all of your cookies. If you have some unsold, don't credit them because even after the sale's done, I have customers or troops looking for cookies. And if I know you're sitting there with cookies, we can reach out and say, we have a troop who needs them. But if they're already allocated to a girl and we've placed your rewards, you can't move them off. On your girl order screen, there's a negative number at the bottom. That's how many cookies you own that are not credited to a girl. Once you place your initial order, everything's going to flow over to this screen. And so that number, this one says negative 378. That includes all the booth cookies plus the extras. As it rounded up cases, that's the number you have to work with. When you've picked up your cases and gave every girl her order, you have 378 sitting in your living room, whether they were designated as booth cookies or what. That's how many. So if you have a big old negative number there, you need to allocate them. You're sitting there on a negative 7, not so much. 7 cookies not sold, it's not as big a deal, but you need to make sure that you credit them. To allocate, to allocate, you simply click on the girl's name, and then there opens a box. On that specific girl, you click add a transaction, and then you would put in the note, mom picked up Tuesday, and you put them under cookie other. If they're sold at a booth, they go under booth sales, and you mark them paid. If it's additional cookies that the girl and her family requested, you put them under cookie other because they're part of the bill the parent owes. So the difference in the 2 columns is whether that parent needs to pay you for those cookies or not. Parents don't pay for booth cookies because customers already did. Girls, the cookie other is where you put those. So eBuddy automatically allocates rewards based on the total cookies sold by each girl. If your troop earned the t-shirt, you have to have the size selected on the girl tab. And there are 5 girl levels that need a choice beginning at the 600 level. So if you have anybody 600 or more packages, you need to make sure you've gone in and made those choices. The choice is not made and we cannot reach you. It'll default to, I think we put in the book, it'll default to the first one or to the little brownie option. But submit your rewards even if you have no choices to make because that way we know you're done. Rewards ship to the service unit in the middle of May. So if you're planning an end of the year party, please don't plan it for like May 10th because you won't have your rewards by then. Little Brownie Baker does their best to ship that first week of May. But we can't guarantee when they're going to arrive at your service unit, when she's going to break them down by troop, and when you can get them from her. So please plan towards the end of May if you want to have a end of year party. Anything at the 400 level and above, excluding the messenger bag and the sleeping bag, will communicate directly to the girl and her family. And Pathway Passes will upload by April 12th. For information on Pathway Passes and what they do, you can visit the gsneo.org website On the customer care tab in the upper right, you look for the rewards button. Okay, the last screen here is in your book, page 51, and this is how you get in touch with us. Your best resource is customer care. They have a lot of solutions built. They have their own manual. They have access to anybody. They can help you with a lot. If they can't, they'll get you in touch with one of the product sales team. We do have a product cell phone hotline because we know a lot of you don't do your cookie management during business hours when customer care is available. So the cell phone will be answered up until about 11:30 at night, but we will not answer it at 6:30 in the morning. So I'm just telling you, I'm the one who carries the cell phone, and I am not a morning person. But you can call or text if you have questions, and believe me, I've been doing this for 10 years. I can walk you through eBuddy driving 75 miles an hour during the turnpike. So we can help you. We want you to reach out for help. Don't make a guess. There's no question. The only stupid question is the one not asked. But my team is all listed there. We have a coordinator in each regional office, and the customer care number is prominent. So the Cookie Pro contest is on page 52. This is through GSUSA. This is a national contest where the go-getter, innovator, risk-taker, leader Girl Scouts can win their cookie entrepreneur experience. Highlight their unique cookie story by answering a set of questions, creating their own mini graphic novel, and submitting it. This is an individual girl opportunity. The parents have information included in their parent guide. So encourage your girls to check out Cookie Pro. The prizes are pretty great. One of them, as well, several girls will earn an all-expense paid trip to California for a behind-the-scenes look at Warner Brothers studio and be part of a graphic novel. So it's worth looking out. But it's a national contest run by GSUSA. Okay, so we've been talking an hour and 20 minutes, and we've covered a lot of stuff. So what do you do now? Because really, you don't care about most of that till March. I said go home and log into eBuddy, but wait till you get your launch email on Tuesday. Log into eBuddy and make sure you're set up correctly. Is your bank account in there, and do you see all your girls listed? Review your timeline and responsibilities in the manual. And then schedule your parent meeting. You can pass out your sales material. Remind your parents the sale starts January 7th. That being said, we know, okay, we're not the cookie police. We will hear about it if they take it to work, because we get people who take the order cards and go right to work and start selling or post it online. Somebody will tell on you, and we'll call you and have that parent take it down. If you sell to grandma at her house on Christmas Day, nobody's going to know. But it's, you know, friendly. You have the opportunity. But the sale officially starts January 7th. That's when Digital Cookie launches. Sales material starts shipping this week. They finally received all of my print material. They're packing it as we speak on Saturday, and they'll start shipping. It ships out of Avon Lake. So within 1 or 2 days, when they get it all out the door, you should have your sales material. So if you've already done your cookie manager agreement and you are all set, you are on that list, and you'll get your sales material sometime this week. You submit the agreement. Next week, I send them a new list every couple of days to get it out the door. So if you haven't received your material by the end of the month, let us know, because either there was a problem with your address or you didn't do the form or something. Okay, are there any questions? Yes. The 5 for 5 cookie booth, yes? That's a good question. It is only for cookie booths. It is designed to be a marketing tool to help your girls upsell to customers. So if grandma orders 5 packages, grandma does not get a coupon. It's meant to sell to strangers. The ones that were just earned in the magazine and snack program that were that were live yesterday, right? Are good until the end of September next year. No, 1st of September, I'm sorry, 2019. The cookie pathway passes that will be uploaded in April are good until December, and I'm sorry, there's a date. It's either like 15th or 16th. I think it's in the manual, mid-December. So you have about 6 months or so to earn them, use them. There's a question online. Okay, so there's a two-part question. So if you're a new Daisy troop, you don't have to do cookie booths. The digital cookie part is really up to parents. Every girl who's uploaded an eBuddy who has a parent email address in her Girl Scout registration is going to get the launch email. But if a parent chooses not to have her daughter sign in and participate in digital cookie, you don't have to. Our digital cookie participation has been growing every year, but it's still only a percentage of our girls who sell. So going online to sell is a parent choice. It's not a troop choice. There's nothing you can do about it. We're emailing them directly. But there is no requirement for a Daisy. Daisies are allowed to have cookie booths, but you don't have to have cookie booths. You need to figure out how you're going to sell your extra cookies because you're going to have extras. There's 12 in a case. It's going to round up for you. You may end up with 1 extra of something up to 11 extra of something. Have a plan. If you are going to have a cookie booth with 5-year-olds, plan accordingly. They have very short attention spans. Please do not pick a Walmart booth outside for 4 hours. Pick an inside store, pick a My Sale location, rotate them in for a little bit. They think it's fun and exciting until that third no, or it's dead. And then you have a lot of bored 5-year-olds on your hands. So pick a cookie booth that's an easy location, rotate them in and out, make it a fun, enjoyable experience. We don't want them to finish the cookie sale and say, I'm never doing that again. So base your cookie booths on their attention span and figure it out. But there's no requirement, but daisies are allowed to sell. I had a question over here first, and then I'll get back to you. Yes, it's available online. It'll be in the Learning and Resources Nook. It'll be in the Help Center, and it's copy right there in the back of your book. Oh, before I forget, and I'll come back to your question, on the back of your book, we created a cheat sheet. If you pop this on a copier and poke a hole where we put a little tiny hole, it's designed to hang upside down on a lanyard around their neck to give them answers to customers. So that it's like the quick reference guide. Yes, all the cookies are $5. Here's what the nut-free ones are. Our troop is going to spend our money. Put your goal, have them write their goal on there. Because anytime I talk to anybody about Girl Scout cookies, I tell everybody I know, don't buy cookies without asking the girl why she's selling. They should know why they're selling. Anywhere from I'm going to sell because we're having a pizza party, because I want to earn the cheetah. But if the answer is because my leader said I had to, you really aren't promoting our cause. So they need to set a goal. Information, and yes, the price has gone up, but the extra money gives us more profit and helps provide council programming. So it's kind of, and then a reminder about the 5 for 5. So this is we designed it so you can put it on a copier and hang it on their neck. If anybody is attending cookie rallies, this is one of the activities. There's a lanyard provided where they can hang it on their neck. So this is a resource guide for you, but the permission form's on the other side of it, so you can copy that as well. You had a question over here. Yes, but you have to divide it. It does work. Keep it interesting. Council does have, all the offices have cookie costumes that you can check out and borrow. You have to bring them back right away for the next troop. You have a question there, ma'am? No. There must be girls present at a cookie booth. Adults do not sell cookies, girls sell cookies. There must be at least 2 adults. The rules on how many people have to be at a cookie booth are in the manual. But I think what you're asking is whether you, the cookie manager, have to be at every booth. Well, a couple answers to that. So those of you who didn't hear the question, they had a parent who ordered cookies, but then their customers backed out on them, so they were left with cookies. Yes, if you let us know, we can transfer them back, and the troop can sell them at a troop cookie booth. The object is not trying to have parents stuck with something they can't pay for. So if you have booths scheduled, by all means, we can roll those cookies back in, or the parent can bring them to the booth and put them as part of the total, and then you credit them. But to just say, okay, well, I'm going to just take my daughter and go stand outside the store and sell her cookies. No, you can't do that. It needs to be a booth through eBuddy. So you, as the cookie manager, are the only one who can set those up. And there's rules in the manual about how many adults and how many girls have to be there. It's a safety issue. The bottom line, you are standing there with just one child, and either she has to go to the bathroom, she falls and hits her head, somebody grabs your money and runs, what do? You can't take her to the bathroom and leave all your cookies and your money. You can't take her, I mean, it's a whole safety issue. So there has to be at least 2 adults at every booth, and there should be more than 1 girl, but no more than 4. But so a parent and a girl could pop them into a wagon or a sled and go door to door in their neighborhood and sell them. That's perfectly acceptable. We don't encourage parents to say, I want her to have this price, so I'm going to order 600 cookies right off the bat and not have a customer, because that's how they get into financial trouble. If they want that, they need to place their initial order and then work with the troop to do booths, or continue to come to you and say, give me 3 more cases, I've sold these at work. That's fine. But please don't let your parents get themselves into trouble. It depends on your phone. It does work on the phone. I've got 3 phones it all works on. It may have just been your settings. So the Sage credit card, there is a customer service that you can call to get assistance if you're having trouble getting it on your phone. I will caution you, in order to use the credit card, you have to be doing cookie booths at a location that has internet, or your phone supports internet. If you were at a mall, how many of you have been in a mall lately? There's a lot of dead spots in the mall. So if they give us a booth location where if you don't have cell service, you're not taking credit cards. Or if you're in a rural area, and you're out in a hardware store in a small town that you might not have cell coverage, you can't take credit cards. But otherwise, it should work. They improve their Sage program every year. I will tell you that if you did Sage in the past, you need to sign up again. And I probably would, if it's not working, I would encourage you to remove the app and download it again so that you get any new updates that they've done in it. But it is a helpful way to do transactions. But if you simply cannot make it work, contact me and I'll either remove you from it because you didn't use it, or I'll get you to their customer care. But it does work on iPhones and Androids. They had provided a list of acceptable phones, and I try and put that up on the website. Well, and it may have just been a phone issue, but it can be on anybody's phone in your troop. It doesn't have to be you. You do want to have unlimited data. If you are on a phone where you pay for minutes, I wouldn't recommend it because it's going to cost you to do those transactions. Find somebody in your troop who has unlimited data to be the master of it. And yes, you can put it on a girl's phone. Hopefully none of our little 5-year-olds have cell phones of their own, but if you have a senior ambassador troop, those girls run their lives on their phone. They can certainly handle credit card transactions at the business skill we're teaching them. It's the same kind of app that if you run your own Mary Kay business or Tempered Chef or whatever, you're running credit cards on your phone. It's a skill that they can learn. But whoever signs up for the account controls what access they get. Okay, was there any other questions? Yes. No, you can sell. Okay, girls need to be involved in selling cookies. So if dad says, I'll take the order card to work, the girl should be involved by making a little poster, maybe with her picture saying, will you help me? I'm selling cookies. Here's my goal. So that when dad takes it to a coworker, there's a girl involved, not the boss slapping it down on the desk saying everybody needs to buy 5 packages. The girl needs to be involved in that. So she does her little pitch saying, I'm selling cookies, please help me. And then when the cookies come in and she packages them all up, doing a little thank you note on them to say, thanks for supporting my cause, keeps her involved in that sale. It's perfectly acceptable for dad to take it to work, or mom, or grandma, but the girl, there needs to be that girl, she needs to be involved in that, marketing herself, saying the thank you, keep her involved in that sale. She shouldn't come home and say, what do you mean I earned the clouded leper? I didn't ask anybody. She needs to be involved and to be aware of what mom and dad are doing on her behalf. You said you had another question? There are some automated emails through eBuddy, but the rest that we as the council send out, you'll get a lot of emails from me as reminders at specific points of the sale. We will try and send out don't forget to place your initial order, here's the deadline. They're not automated. It'll go to the email that's in the system, but we do try and give you reminders as it approaches. You'll get automated emails for things like your cookie booths coming up and things like that. Yeah, one more online. How the profit is spent is a troop decision. All the money belongs to the troop, not an individual girl. So if you had 4 girls sell, their money goes in the troop bank account, but you have 6 girls in the troop, the money belongs to the troop, not just to those 4 girls. So it's a troop decision on, are we going to use some of our or all of our money to pay for membership? Some troops decide they'll pay 50 and the parents pay 10 so that there's a little buy-in there. Some troops decide parents pay their own membership and we're going to use our money to go to a camp or a badge lab or whatever. But it's a troop decision. It doesn't matter who contributed. If you belong to the troop, you have a say in how the troop spends their money. Yes. No, we do not provide swipers for the credit cards. We use the SAGE program, but several years ago, we made a decision not to invest in the swipers because we did the first year and they're like $20 a swiper. And they go obsolete every couple of years because they send out new ones. And to get them in and out to troops and get them back and know if I had a good one or a bad one wasn't worth it. We've actually timed it. Somebody swiping and somebody keying in, same amount of time. And as a customer, I would get a little nervous watching a girl swipe it 6 times as opposed to keying it in. Is that right? And you can even hand it to the customer and let them key in their own. So, but we will not provide swipers. And you cannot order them from Sage because they do a minimum order like 100. So you don't want them. Question over here. Yes, there is an annual permission form that was just introduced this summer, and it does cover product sales because we made sure there was a paragraph in it. But because it was just rolled out this summer, we still offer the financial responsibility form, and we'll continue to offer it because it was more specific, but the annual permission form works as well because you need to have that. The troop keeps those in their possession. You only have to turn it into us or scan it into us if there's a financial issue. Question online. I'm going to read the answer from the manual. Whether a second adult has to be registered. Yes, 2 registered approved adult volunteers present. So they both have to be registered. If the second part of the question was paying through Scoutship, I don't believe we offer Scoutship to adults. Is that what you said? Shift, okay. You need to have 2 registered adults. You're trusting them with the girls and you're trusting them with the money. Best if you're new troop, you don't know all these parents. So you want to make sure they're registered and background checked because that is who you're trusting with your little darling and the troop money. So I encourage you to get your parents registered, but they do need to be 2 registered adults at a cookie booth. Okay, was there another question? Thought I saw another hand go up. Yes, ma'am. Well, yes. I mean, I would recommend if somebody's managing a booth for you to say, and I would do it in full cases because it's easier. Here's the 15 cases I'm giving you for your cookie booth. We're all agreeing that this is how many. That they're full cases, 15 times 12, you have this many. And here's the $50 cash I'm giving you to start up. Meet with them afterwards, and they need to either give you back cookies or the money equivalent. If they sold 100 boxes, there should be $500 they're giving you back plus the $50 startup. And then the rest of the cookies. So yes, keep track of it. They're not responsible in that it all gets credited to their daughter. But if they lose the money envelope, then they're responsible. So you want to have some kind of paper trail going, I gave her this startup cash and these cookies. And when she gives it back, you can sign a receipt saying, I got back this many packages and this much money. Because you want a paper trail to follow it. At the end of the sale, we help you figure out anything. And I have done some tracking and paper trails, and it's kind of like, okay, here's one way you want to ride. But as long as there's a paper trail, we can figure it out. But yes, always use receipts. Yes, ma'am. So the question for those online who didn't hear was Operation Sweet Appreciation. The book does say have them pay up front, because if that's all they order, you're not going back to deliver it. Now, so you have two choices. If they're ordering additional cookies, mark it on the order card and they can pay for all of it when you go back to deliver. But if that's all they're purchasing, we're going to try and start activating Sage, but it will still be February. So yes, they need to pay you cash, which is $5 a box. If they write a check, now we really, really emphasize it's a cash-only sale, but you're selling to people you know or to a business. They should write a check to the parent who cashes it and give the money to the troop, because that's who you're selling to. That being said, there are some businesses out there, because this has happened before, where a girl will go make a pitch and the company will say, well, I will buy 100 packages of donated cookies, but I need to write you a check so I can use it for tax purposes. Work with Callmake, because we can provide them the nice little thank you letter for tax purposes. They can write the check to us and we credit to your account, because that's $500 if they're buying 100 boxes. So if they need to run it officially through a check, you can run it through council and you'll still get credit. So we can work with you whatever the circumstances. But yes, but if you had to, you know, they wanted to buy 5 boxes and they wrote a check for 25, give it to the parent and cash it. It is illegal to put nonprofit money in a personal bank account. Girl Scout cookie money is nonprofit money, your personal bank account. So one check for $25 isn't going to hurt, but if you ever get audited by the IRS, technically you're money laundering. So please don't do that. We're just saving you. You're putting nonprofit money where it shouldn't be. Okay, question back there. Yes. No, it is completely random. If you, whatever slots you sign up for, we put you on a piece of paper and put you in the buckets for those days, and the CEO goes through, pulls up a name. The only thing, if you went into multiple buckets and we already pulled you for one, when we pull you again, we'll pick a different troop. So just because you didn't get it, I mean, we only can allow 32 troops through the whole thing, I think is the number, maybe it's 22, and we get hundreds of applicants, so it's completely random. Okay, any other questions? All right, thank you very much for coming. The copy of this webinar will be available on the Learning and Resources Nook, and there'll be little micro trainings available as soon as I can get them. Probably wait till my cold clears, so it's a little easier. But thank you very much, and I'm